Good evening, hello and welcome to this special broadcast. I'm Anusha Soon. It's been a mayhem each monsoon for the top Indian cities. The growth story of India is narrated in a certain way. Through its sprawling cities and growing infrastructure, it literally drowns in flood each year. Touted as the Silicon Valley of India, Bengaluru is witnessing inundated roads, submerged localities. The deadly Mumbai potholes, who can forget that? And the waterlogging that happens each monsoon is a blot on the reputation of the financial capital of the country. And a much ambitious project to make Gurugram the much sought after real estate drowns each monsoon. All these examples reminds us that infrastructure cannot be built by filling ponds, cutting mountains and creating cities without sustainability in mind. The politics of it is much worse. Who do you hold accountable? Whoever is in power shall blame the party which was earlier in power. There's a complete lack of critical thinking in our political class to have specialized mechanisms to deal with the issues of climate change and increasing urban pressures. Tonight on this special broadcast, we ask, why are our cities drowning and who will fix this problem?
For a third day in a row, the outer ring road is flooded, and the Youth Congress mocking the government by showing paddy, at the same time catching fish and saying, well, this is the failure of the Basavaraj Bommai government.
Well, let's take you through the key cities and what exactly do they face. India drowns, there is zero accountabilities for netas, and the big cities continue to face this problem. There are crores of rupees, thousands of crores which are spent on infrastructure projects. But are these projects sustainable? Will they help us in the long term? Let's take you through some tales of cities. What exactly is the problem? Let's begin with Bengaluru. The Silicon Valley has the big tech companies. No rains for 2 days. Key areas are still waterlogged. They've not been able to take out the water, and this is the key tech hub where there is inundated area, there's water which is still lying. Areas around Bengaluru Lake worst affected, the outer ring road, Sarjapur area, multiple other prime localities in the city of Bengaluru have been affected. Rain-related losses since June, over 7,467 crore. These are government estimates. Logically speaking, this could be much higher. What are the reasons? Excessive construction, lake encroachment, you fill the ponds that were earlier there, you create societies, parking lots on it. That's exactly what's going to happen. Wetlands, which are very, very important for an ecological balance, they have been encroached upon. There is lake connectivity, the interconnectivity which is lost, that leads to flooding of the urban areas where there's population which is living. Natural canals and drains have been blocked. There are illegal, unauthorized constructions that have come over these areas. From Bengaluru, let's move to another city. And this is yet another city where the hopes are much, much high. Mumbai. Now, there's frantic pace of construction. The green patch is slowly fading. We are creating car sheds. We are creating buildings. The construction debris clogs the rains and the nalas, and the drainage system is a complete mess. We know that story being repeated each year, one after the other, without fail. Methi River, it's more like a sewer right now, and it overflows every monsoon, leading to major health issues, major problems, urban civic issues. There are major deficiencies in the drainage system. This is a CAG report of the 2019 that pointed this out, and these issues, to a great extent, have not been addressed so far. Now, it rained in 2022. There's uncommon flooding in parts of southern Mumbai, Girgaon and Churchgate. These are, of course, very high-profile areas, good localities. Even then, the civic infrastructure is not good. Not to forget that the Municipal Corporation of Mumbai is the richest Asian body in terms of municipal corporation, and still you have this problem. Now, low-lying areas, if you look at multiple areas, they are the casualty. Kurla, Shayan, Chembur, Matunga, all the low-lying areas are submerged. People live with this problem. They've accepted it, unfortunately, as a part of their life. There's heavy flooding in city highways, Dadar, Hindmata, Matunga. Each year we see those images of boats being taken, cars submerged, and that, once again, unfortunately, is being repeated. Chennai, another city. Well, even here, there are repeat offenders, and once again, water bodies are being encroached. You have the lake beds now, which are residential townships, something very similar that happened in Bengaluru. You also have no laid down hydrological plan, a larger plan, city planning. If you look at all of this, it's about city planning. These are largely unplanned cities that have come up. Of the initial 150 plus water bodies, only 27 are remaining. Where will the water go? It will come in our homes. That's what is happening in Chennai. It's a human disaster. We created it in our cities. You also have the airport on the Adya River in the floodplains. And when you create something on the floodplains, you are inviting the flood water when there is heavy rain into the city. That's exactly what happens. One of the biggest malls is actually on the lake bed. And it points out that when the real estate development and construction is planned in whatever skewed way in a city like Chennai, these issues are not really taken into account. Now, the transit system over the Bakshi Canal and marshlands is also something. Marshlands, anybody who knows basic ecology will tell you that these are areas you should not touch. They are very, very important to control the flood water. Flood retention structure officially have been abandoned in the city of Chennai, and of course that has been a huge problem. Well, largely if you look at these three cities, Bengaluru, Chennai and Mumbai, and focusing on Bengaluru and Chennai, and I'd include a city like Gurugram as well, that you have created constructions over wetlands, you've created a construction over a floodplain or an area pond which existed earlier. There is no vision inside that where will the rainwater harvesting really happen and how one really is going to deal with it.